Imagine asking a machine the simplest question, and it confidently gives you an answer, except what it just told you is completely made up. From fake scientific studies, to invented news articles, to chatbots swearing they're alive, AI has a strange habit of lying to us. But here's the catch. Is it really lying, or is something even stranger happening inside these systems? Because what's scarier is that artificial intelligence doesn't just make mistakes, it makes them sound true. And millions of people have already been misled by machines we created. We'll uncover why AI hallucinates, why it makes things up with such confidence, and what that means for our future. In 2023, a lawyer in New York submitted a legal brief packed with case references, rulings, and precedents that looked completely legitimate. There was just one problem: not a single case was real. The lawyer had trusted ChatGPT. The AI had generated entire case names, quotes, and even dates. Fiction wrapped in flawless legal language. When the truth came out in court, it was humiliating. This wasn't the only time AI hallucinations made headlines. A professor discovered that students cited AI-generated academic papers that didn't exist. A journalist quoted a scientific study that had been conjured out of thin air. Doctors even warned of patients relying on AI for medical advice, only to receive completely fabricated statistics. These aren't typos or glitches, they're illusions, answers that look and sound real, but collapse under scrutiny. So, why does AI keep doing this? The answer begins with how large language models, LLMs, are trained. They're not built as fact-checking machines. They don't hold an encyclopedia in memory. Instead, they're trained on trillions of words, books, websites, articles. And their job is surprisingly simple: predict the next word in a sequence. That's it. No truth detection, no moral compass, just pattern prediction. If you ask about a legal case, the AI isn't searching a database. It's stringing together the most statistically likely sequence of words that sound like a legal case. And when reality runs out, when there's no actual answer to pull from, the AI fills the gap with invention. That's how hallucinations were born, not as a bug, but as the natural consequence of machines built to imitate language so well. They fool even us. Let's see hallucinations in action. Example 1. Fake sources. Ask an AI, give me 3 peer-reviewed studies proving coffee cures nearsightedness. Because no such studies exist, the model still responds with perfectly formatted citations. Journal names, author names, even DOIS. None of them are real. It looks official, but it's fiction. Example 2. Code that doesn't exist. Developers have asked chatbots for programming solutions, only to get confident-looking code that references functions or APIs that simply don't exist. The AI didn't know. It just strung together the shape of code it had seen. Example 3. History rewritten. In one experiment, a researcher asked about a specific event in the 1800s. The AI delivered a detailed story with dates, quotes, and names, except half of them were fabricated. The narrative flowed perfectly, but the details were invented. Why does this happen? Because the AI doesn't know the difference between fact and filler. It just knows what sounds right. And worse, its training has taught it to avoid saying, "I don't know." Instead, it fills the silence with confident-sounding guesses. That's the danger. Hallucinations don't look like mistakes. They look like truth. And speaking of things that can fool you, let's talk about something far more dangerous than an AI making things up: real online threats. This video is sponsored by Bitdefender, one of the world's most trusted cybersecurity companies. Just like AI can create fake answers that look convincing, hackers and phishing sites can create fake emails, links, and websites designed to trick you into giving away your data. Bitdefender protects you from malware, ransomware, and scams before they even reach your screen. It runs quietly in the background, keeping your devices safe without slowing them down. Whether you're at home, on public Wi-Fi, or traveling, Bitdefender shields your personal information. So if you want real protection in a world full of digital deception, check out Bitdefender today. Hit the link in the description to get up to 50% off your plan. Here's the twist. Hallucinations aren't just a flaw. They're also the secret to AI's creativity. The same ability that makes an AI invent a fake study is the same power that lets it brainstorm wild ideas, write stories, or generate art. Hallucination is creativity, just pointed in the wrong direction. And here's the challenge. If we demand perfect truth, we lose creativity. A sigh would become boring, robotic, endlessly saying, "I don't know." But if we embrace creativity, we risk dangerous lies, slipping into medicine, law, and news. It's a razor-thin line between useful imagination and harmful fiction. And right now, nobody has fully solved it. The consequences are already real. In law, fake cases in courtrooms. In health, fabricated studies that could mislead patients. In journalism, false quotes or events reported as fact. In finance, investors misled by invented statistics. In coding, developers wasting hours debugging imaginary functions. Hallucinations spread fastest where speed matters most, when people copy-paste without checking. The result? A single AI hallucination can ripple outward, copied into blogs, news, even research papers, until it looks real simply because it's repeated. So how do we stop hallucinations? Researchers are trying. Grounding AI to live databases and search engines. Rewarding "I don't know" instead of punishing it. Verification systems that cross-check claims before output. Tool use, letting AI fetch real-time facts instead of guessing. But none of these are perfect. The trade-off remains: truth versus creativity. For now, the responsibility falls partly on us. Always double-check important facts. Ask AI for sources and verify those sources. Use AI for drafts, not final answers. Treat fluency as style, not proof of truth. AI is powerful, but it's still a tool. Like any tool, it can mislead if used blindly. So why does AI lie and make things up? It doesn't lie like we do. It hallucinates, because its purpose is to predict words, not reality. We trained it to sound fluent, confident, even creative. And hallucinations are the shadow side of that design. The resolution isn't to erase them entirely. It's to learn when to trust them and when to challenge them. Because in the end, AI doesn't decide what's true. We do.